Alright, Kahalal, Wahawadla, Master Basham Yoshai, Basham Rachakodash, double honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Rubel, and peace and salutation to the Akim around the world that pushes truth and sincerity. I also wanted to do a small thing on this, go through it a little bit about this NIV. Everybody keep thinking about these Jehovah's Witnesses and a few other beliefs always going off on this NIV. And I never get around to really ask any of them who oversaw the translation to this book if they want to criticize King James so much, even though he was one of our people, and say that he didn't think and he was some white man and whatever. Who oversaw the translation of the NIV? Was it so-called Negroes? Most people who even read the NIV don't even know anything about it. They just go along with it. It's a New International Version, right? To say the New International Version, NIV, is an English translation of the Bible first published in 1978, right? By Biblica, right? Biblica. It's the International Bible Society, right? So, as a special group of biblical scholars. Was founded in 1809 and is the worldwide copyright holder of the New International Version of the Bible, licensing commercial rights to Zondervan in the United States and to Hodder Stoughton in the United Kingdom, right? So Biblica was in charge of the translation, more or less, and they licensed these two companies to publish it. Alright, so by Biblica, it's a formerly the International Bible Society. Alright, the people, they seem way more trustworthy than King James. It said the NIV was published to meet the need of a modern translation done by Bible scholars Bible scholars using the earlier highest quality manuscripts available, right? They say to meet the needs of modern translation, right? And that doesn't always refer to speak righteousness. Most of the time that is just refer to telling people what they want to hear, or what is suitable for them, or what is suitable for what you want them to hear, right? It's of equal importance was that the Bible be expressed in broadly understood modern English. So they took a lot of consideration into how they would say the words, that they would be pleasing to others. And you understand, all of this wasn't done in righteousness. They did it in a way to make it suitable for people, that everybody will want to read it. Take out the Obadiah, or if you didn't take it out, make some changes to it so it wouldn't seem as harsh. It's a full name, right? It's a New International Version. Other names is Nueva Versión Internacional, Spanish, right? It have them Portuguese, right? So they didn't just make an English version, they make it in different translations also, right? And in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep. Say, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son. You see kind of madness they're doing, and all of this is planned because they know what it is they're doing. They knew that the information that was in the original KJV was too useful, so they keep trying to find ways to break it down and dilute it so that it will be harder. You understand? But as the scriptures say, if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect. So the men of the Most High will always be pointed to the correct to the right direction. Right? They say a team of 15 biblical scholars. Right? Just 15. Just 15. We don't know the background, the ethnicity, nothing. Alright. Representing a variety of denominations, right? So they could be from, they don't have to be of any particular belief. They say a variety of denominations, right? Just like how you'll see, like with Catholic priests, they could be a Catholic priest, but at the same time they could be members of other denominations and other beliefs. They don't literally have to be under the order of the Most High. So you don't even know what's going on with these scholars. They say worked from the oldest copies of reliable texts, variously written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. They say each section, Salakia, I keep forgetting to cancel over. Each section was subjected to multiple translations and revisions, right? And those assessed in detail to produce the best option. And that is not the best option in terms of righteousness. That is the best option in terms of the translation that they think you should get. You understand? See, everyday Bible readers were used to provide feedback on ease of understanding and comprehensibility. You understand? All this showing you that if the translation wasn't done in righteousness. So finally, plans were made to continue versions of the Bible as new discoveries were made and as changes in the use of the English language occurred. Right? So the NIV is published by Zondervan in the United States, and we covered this before. Hodder and Stoughton in the UK. So the NIV was updated in 1984 and in 2011. So even the version that did change and created the first time in 1978, it's still, when they review it again, they realize that it's still too straightforward. They still had to make some changes to water it down a little bit, right? Isian has become one of the most popular and best-selling modern translations. Why? Because men love darkness rather than light. The original KJV is too harsh. You understand? They don't want to see, and if a priest's daughter, she be stoned to death. If your son, rebellious and like a gluttonous, they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. They just want to hear nice, soothing words, just like the scriptures say. That's why they'll always flock to the easiest and most gentle versions that they could find. Let me go to this part. They say the NIV underwent a minor revision in 1984. They say in 1997 a new version was published in the UK as the New International Version Inclusive Language Edition, but was not published in the US because of the position from conservative evangelical groups there to inclusive language, right? They say a revised English edition, titled Today's New International Version, released in New Testament in March 2002, which the Complete Bible published February 2005. So they see a much different adjustments this so-called NIV went through. You understand? Look how much adjustments, and nobody know anything about. Most people don't know about the translators, the company that oversaw this, any background into the company. what are about, why they have any right to even translate it in the first place. Nothing. People don't care about that. They just care about the fact that, hey, what in the Bible is what I want to see and what I want to hear. And that is it. See, in 2011, an updated version of the NIV was released. See, the update modified the and dropped some of the gender neutral language of the TNIV. Some of the gender neutral language of the TNIV, such as going back to using mankind and man instead of human beings and people. So you see, seeing examples here how they're using certain words to please the ears of the unhearers, because they treating the NIV like it's a Harry Potter book. They just making it suitable for readers to want to buy it. You understand? That's really what's going on here. They're just making it suitable for people to want to read it and be deceived. Just like when you go in these churches and they're telling you all these nice words. They're not telling you righteousness. They're just saying what it is appealing to your ears. Right? It's such as going right back to them to using mankind and man instead of human beings and people. Along with the changes, right? It's a translational issues with Paul's letter were also addressed. Okay, you know the scriptures say Paul's writing was hard for men to understand, so you don't know. But you might see something is where it say I have never eaten. But when Paul had the vision about the unclean beast, you know that might I never read it up in that particular scripture, but you know that might try to make it more suitable. You know, eat pork. You know. Okay, you know how that does rule. Right, we'll also address, it's a Keith Danby, President and Chief Exclusive Officer of Biblica, speaking of the TNIV, said also had failed to convince people revisions were needed and underestimated readers' loyalty to the 1984 edition. And they could always go through like different other parts in terms of the background of the NIV, but it's to show you the kind of nonsense that is going on in this world. And Esau keep trying to use new ways to deceive people, and this is just one of them. But the man of the Most High will always be led in the correct direction, you know. But I wanted to touch on it. I always wanted to touch on it, and this was that time. You know, with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Kodash. It's the double honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone rule well. And peace and salutation to the Akim around the world that push this word to the four corners of the earth. It's your Abba from Trinidad camp saying Shalom, Akim, stay strong.